Every Egyptian household in which there was a firstborn male was affected, from the house of Pharaoh himself to the firstborn of the prisoner. It was not the head of the house, even though he may have been a firstborn, but was any male firstborn in the household under the head, as well as the male firstborn of animals, that was slain. X 12. 29, 30. See firstborn, fistling. The 10 plagues upon Egypt all proved to be a judgment against the gods of Egypt, especially the 10th, the death of the firstborn. X 12. 12 For the ram male sheep was sacred to the god Amun-Ra, so that splashing the blood of the Passover lamb on the doorways would be blasphemy in the eyes of the Egyptians. Also, the bull was sacred, and the destruction of the firstborn of the bulls would be a blow to the god Osiris. Pharaoh himself was venerated as a son of Ra. The death of Pharaoh's own firstborn would thus show the impotence of both Ra and Pharaoh. In the wilderness in the Promised Land. Only one Passover celebration in the wilderness is mentioned. New 9. 1-14 The keeping of the Passover during the wilderness journey likely was limited, for 2 reasons. 1. Jehovah's original instructions were that it must be kept when they reached the Promised Land. X 12. 25. 13. 5. 2 Those born in the wilderness had not been circumcised. Jos 5. 5, whereas all male partakers of Passover had to be circumcised. X 12. 45-49. Record of Passovers observed. The Hebrew scriptures give direct accounts of the Passover, 1 in Egypt X 12. 2 in the wilderness at Sinai, Nisan 14, 1512 BCE New 9. 3 when they reached the Promised Land, at Gilgal and after the circumcision of the males, 1473 BCE Jos 5. 4 at the time that Hezekiah restored true worship 2 ch 30. 5 the Passover of Josiah 2 ch 35. And 6 the celebration by Israel after the return from Babylonian exile as 6. Also, mention is made of Passovers held in Samuel's day and during the days of the kings, at 2 ch 35. 18. After the Israelites were settled in the land, the Passover festival was observed in the place that Jehovah will choose to have his name reside, instead of in each home or in the various cities. In time, the chosen place came to be Jerusalem. The 16. 1-8. Accretions. After Israel had settled in the Promised Land, certain changes were made and various accretions came about in observing the Passover. They no longer partook of the feast in a standing position, or equipped for a journey, for they were then in the land that God had given them. The first-century celebrants customarily ate it while lying on their left side, with the head resting on the left hand.